Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on African Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it comes from a translation of a message that I received, and the translation of the message reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story? You can call me T. My full name is Thaddeus. I do come from Zim. I was born and raised in Blahayo. My father was a Shona-speaking man, so my father, he used to go around digging wells for people in the villages. That was when he went and he started working for his father-in-law, my grandmother. And after he had done digging the well, that was when he was given my mother. That is how they got married. Fast forward, after they had their children, then they were staying in Blahayo. So we grew up staying in Blahayo, but now I am stranded here in Johannesburg. I'll just say, just for safety's sake, I will say that I am here in Soweto, but that is not the place where I am having my scrapyard. Growing up, life was very difficult and challenging for me. I learned from a very young age that I needed to be very independent. I dropped out of school and then I started doing this thing of picking scrap, and I would go and sell the scrap metal. When I left my country, I then came to Johannesburg. I really had nothing, only 2 small bags, clothes, and my wife's picture. And I told myself that when I arrive in Joburg, I was going to work very hard as a security with one of my friends who had returned back with some money, and he told me that his boss wanted another person that could work as a private security. So I came to South Africa and I started working. The vision that I had of South Africa, that was not the vision that I found. I thought that within a very short period of time, I would have made so much money. That is how most of the people used to say that would come to South Africa. They'll be like, I only worked for 1 month and I was able to raise all of this money. They were just lying. Some of them, they would have worked for many years, and when they come back home, they will pretend as if it was quite easy to get a job in South Africa. So I kept on working, raising some money so that my family can come and join me here in South Africa. But I spent so many years without ever returning back to my country. And me and my wife, we went on separation because I was unable to provide for all of her needs. I saw that the thing of working for someone, it will never make me to become rich. So one of the guy who was a local South African man, he used to tell me a lot of business ideas that he had. He said that he had a big dream of opening up a scrapyard, saying that if you want to get rich, Mfet, if you just open your scrapyard, you're going to be rich. It's only that I do not have money. I could have even started my own scrapyard. I then raised the money and I opened my own small scrapyard. It was not even a big thing. It was just a small shack that I was renting, and people would come with dented wheel rims, car doors, even some copper wires, and then I will take all of those items and I would sell them to big scrapyards in town. Within a very short period of time, people knew that if they wanted money for alcohol, there was this other place where there was a Zim guy that was buying scrap metal. They'll bring anything, metal, silver hubs, red tail lights, green coils of wiring. I even hired 2 of my cousins who were already here in South Africa working on a farm so that they can help me to shift the heavy steel. Business was slow, but it was steady until the police found me. No one had even informed me that you needed a proper permit. And the thing is that when you have a scrapyard, you end up being friends with your Nyaupe boys. Those are the ones that will hustle for the scrap metal. The good thing about the Nyaupe boys, they will always sell it to you at the lowest price, and then you will go and resell it. You will make a very good profit, a good markup. But the police found me. It was on a Monday morning in the year 2017. Like usual, I was no longer working in the neighborhood where I was staying. I was now renting some space near very big scrapyards, but I was a small buyer. Just after I had opened my office, that was when I saw that there were police that just came. These police, they came even with a car that was unmarked. They came and they were like, "This is stolen property. Open your books when I'm moyo." They already knew my surname. And I said, where am I going now? The bad thing, I did not even have any money for cold drink, for I had used all of the money to buy more stock. They kept on shouting, even though I was showing them some receipts. Some were handwritten slips from scrapyards across town, but it was like, "You are going to come with us. You are illegal. You have something that you are doing that is illegal." I was taken to the station, and then, lucky enough, the other woman that I was dating, she came and she paid the money, and I had informed her where to ask for that money. It was 5K that she paid for me. I did not want to spend days locked up. And after I had paid that 5K, it was very hard for me to repay it. A week later, I found myself, I was at this other place in Alex. I used to love to go there to drink some beer at this other old shabin. Well, at least I was there. There was this other guy who came to South Africa like a long time ago. He used to claim that he came to South Africa in the 1980s, but with the way that he is not so old, in the 1980s, maybe he was only about 5 years. There is no way that he could have walked like he said. I followed the railway line all the way from Malawi until I came to Johannesburg. I knew that it was a lie, but I liked it. When I would be getting drunk, the more that I listened to his stories, the more that I would believe his stories and imagine him walking from Malawi, following the railway line all the way to South Africa. He had a very big family, so many women that he had impregnated here in South Africa. And he used to brag that he knew many charms how to make a woman love you. On that day, I told him about the bad luck that I was facing. I even exaggerated, us men, when you have been arrested, instead of saying that it was only 1 or 2 police officers, you always say that the whole station came to arrest me. Even the money that I was telling people that I had paid for bail, I would never afford so much money. Some of them, I would tell them that I had paid 15K, others 25K, even up to 100K bail money that I had paid. That man then felt sorry for me, and he said that he knew another Malawian Sangoma. But this man, he was staying in Pretoria, that could assist me. He was helping other people that were doing some illegal dealings so that they won't get caught so easily. I agreed. Me and that man whom I'll call Moffat, we went to the traditional healer, and then when we got there, that was when I was told that if I wanted to keep on doing the type of a job that I was doing, then I was supposed to get strengthened so that even if the police will come to my place, to my shop, then they will just feel lazy to search. They will just speak with me and they will feel weak. I accepted the charms and I was told to bath with those charms each and every day. I had to do this for 3 months. You know what I used to do, Brother Nanshi, because I had been told that in order for the charms to work, I was supposed to mix the charms with cow dung. I used to go to some villages with this other car that I was now renting out, sort of like rent to buy. I was using that car and I would go to the villages and I would pick cow dung and bring it back to Joburg, and then I will mix it with the charms. 3 months I did that. until I was done doing the rituals. After I was done doing the rituals, that was when my relatives started perishing one by one. When I said I cannot do this anymore, this was after I had lost my daughter. She passed away whilst she was at school. Some of her classmates did not even realize that she had passed away. It was during one of those lessons where the teacher did not show up. So most of the students that were in her class, they all fell fast asleep. And when one of the teacher came, they all woke up except for my daughter. Everyone thought that she was still fast asleep. It was only after the teacher said, Memo, Memo, not her real name, Memory, can you wake up? And then when she started walking towards my daughter, she fell from the chair and they realized that my daughter had passed away. It was very painful. As the teacher explained it to me, she was even crying. I then started regretting what I had done, and I said, I cannot do this anymore. Brother Nashi, when you are a ritualist, your life is in the hands of the person that made you to become a ritualist. Once that person dies, you know that the charms that he had given you, they can do whatever that they want. Like in my own case, I stopped doing the rituals as I had been told to keep on washing myself with cow dung. Then I stopped because I was so much hurt with the way that my daughter had passed away. After a month, when the traditional healer who was staying in Pretoria, who was from Malawi, had passed away, that is when I started to notice that at night when I would wake up, I would see a very small figure that will be looking at me, standing in the room where I will be sleeping. Me and my wife, we got divorced because she kept on saying that she would see a short boy that would come and sleep with her. Fast forward to this very day, I can't sleep. If I try to sleep on the bed, whether it is in the afternoon or in the evening, that Tokoloshe, it comes and it will bite me where it hurts the most. It will open my legs and bite me directly on my balls. That is the most painful thing that can ever happen to a man. So I am appealing for help. I lost my daughter. I am not even making money. These days, this business of scrapyards, everyone is doing the business of scrapyards. Each and every corner, there is always a scrapyard. If I can make even 10K throughout the month, I'll say, thank you, God. So even the landlord of the place where I am staying, he is just happy that we are looking after his place. Most of the times we can't even afford to pay him rent money. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother right there. Let us try to speak with him in the comment section. He is looking for help from the prophets.